Hey y'all, let's cover the math word workout. Bear with me. I am not feeling the best today. That's why I'm canceling class. So 8 times the width of n is just 8n. 8 times n, remember, is just 8n. Okay. MJ opened a new bank account, depositing a check for $215. We did one like this yesterday. Deposited means we're adding $215 into our account. Okay. Then made several withdrawals of $40, $75, and $20 before depositing another check. So withdrawals means you're subtracting from the account. You have a couple of choices here. You could put subtract 40, subtract 75, subtract 20. That is accurate. Or you could put subtract parenthesis and then add up all the withdrawals. I'm going to do this one, 40 plus 75 plus 20. It's okay to go ahead and do minus 40, minus 75, minus 20. And then depositing another check for 185. So that's a positive into the account of $185. All right, first thing we're going to do is add up all these withdrawals. So 215 minus 8, 10, 11, 12, 1,335, it looks like, plus 185. I just brought that down. Now, remember, when you have addition and subtraction, it's always from left to right. I'm going to whip out my calculator. I'm not feeling it this morning. It is 215 minus 135 plus 185. So that's 265. And the question was, how much is in MJ's account? $275 is in MJ's account. All right, due to the tectonic plate movement, the Dead Sea is sinking about 1 meter each year. If it's currently at negative 418 meters now, what will the Dead Sea level be in 5 years? Make this a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, so it's currently at negative 418. And it's sinking, which means it's subtracting 1 meter per year. Per year is going to be my x. If it's currently at negative 418, what will the Dead Sea level be in 5 years? I just need to plug in where the x is. I need to plug in 5 because that's representing the years. So this is the model of what's happening. To solve it for 5 years, we're going to subtract 1 times 5. So that's negative 418 minus 1 times 5 is 5. When the signs are the same, we add them and keep the sign. 18, 19, 21, 2, 23, negative 423. What's the question? Right in Dead Sea elevation. The elevation is this in meters in 5 years. I think some of the answers are wrong on your math workout. So hopefully you didn't beat yourself up over that. I borrowed that from another colleague. The first recorded temperature is 42 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm just going to write that down. 4 hours later, the second temperature is 65 degrees Fahrenheit. What is the change in temperature? Oh, well, you take 65 and subtract 42. The change is 23 degrees Fahrenheit. All right. Typical temperatures in Fairbanks, Alaska in January are -2 degrees Fahrenheit in the daytime and -19 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Okay. What is the change in temperature from day to night? Well, you have to subtract. So, okay, so we have to, the way I think of this is just like that last one. I have to take the -19 and subtract the -2. Okay, and so that is down here, negative 19 plus 2. These become positive, and a negative and positive, we have to subtract and take the sign of the largest. So 17 negative. All right, the high spot on Earth is Mount Everest in Nepal, Tibet at 8,848 meters. I'm gonna write that down for myself this time. The lowest point on Earth is the Mariana Trench in the North Pacific Ocean at 10,923 below sea level. Oh, I need to draw a picture for this. Oh, I need to draw a picture of this. This is just like the one with the Grand Canyon. So if this is baseline Earth, there is the highest point is from here to here, 8,848 meters. There's Mount Everest. The Marianas Trench is 10,923 meters below sea level. So that's down from here to here of 10,923 meters. What is the distance between the highest and lowest points? You just add them up. The distance, you just add them up. So from here to here, you add these two numbers. That's 1093. So 19,771 meters is the distance. All right. A diver goes down 25 feet. Again, I need to draw a picture. So you've got the waves, and you've got a diver who goes down 25 feet. I'm going to stop right there. We'll say that's 25 feet. Okay. A second diver. So a second diver dives down 5 feet times further than the first diver. So 5 times this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can just go 25 times. They say times, 5 times that. So 5 times 25 is how far he goes. It's 125. So the second diver dives. Final depth is in feet. Right? 2 less than, remember the than, we flip it. So it's going to be a -2. 2 less than what? 8 times an unknown number. So 8 times x, which is 8x. Is always equals -74. We need to find x. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. The signs are different, so we subtract, take the sign of the larger number, bring down the 8x. 8's attached to x by multiplication. I'm going to divide both sides by 8. X is equal. 72 divided by 8 is 9, and negative divided by positive is a negative. So x is 9. The next one is 5 more than, again, the than. So that's going to be a +5. What? 8 times an unknown number. So 8x equals, because the is, -35. Find x. Again, I'm going to subtract 5 from the left side. I get 8x is equal to, the signs are the same, so we add them and keep the common sign. And we need to divide both sides by 8. And x is equal to 40 divided by 8 is 5. And negative divided by positive is a negative. The number -4 is, so -4 is 7 more than, so 7 has the plus in front of it, an unknown number. Find x. Okay, so I'm gonna subtract X, I'm gonna subtract 7 from both sides. X is equal to, the signs are the same, so we add and keep the common sign. Jacob's scores on the first 3 exams are 79, 61, and 54. What must Jacob score on his next exam to score 71 for all 4 exams? So 79, remember we added up all the exams to find the average. 79 plus 61 plus 54, but he's going to have 4 exams. So we're going to have to add another exam in there that we don't know what it is. To find the average, you add up all your exams and divide by 4. And then he wants to have a 71 average at the end. Remember, this is how you find the average of the 4 exams. So I'm going to add up these 3. Plus X divided by 4. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of the fraction, get rid of the 4. I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. Okay, now I'm going to subtract 194 from both sides. He needs to have a 90. So what is his name? Jacob. Jacob needs a 90 to have an average of 71. Okay. Justin's scores on his first 3 exams are 54, 68, and 54. What must he score on the next exam to score 61 for the average? Same setup. I'm going to add up the exponent, I mean the numbers in the numerator. Oh, plus X. Multiply both sides by 4. We get 176 plus X is equal to 244. Subtract 176 from both sides. So who's this? Justin. Justin needs a 68 to have an average of 61. What do you want? 61. There. All right. The quotient. Quotient means division. Make sure you have this down. The quotient of 2 numbers is 5. So the division of 2 numbers is always equals 5. One of the integers is -2. This is pretty simple. I don't want to divide anything into -2. So I'm putting -2 in the denominator. Yes, you could go the other way, but your answer is going to be a fraction and you don't want to do it. So I'm going to put -2 in the denominator and X in the numerator, and we're going to find out what X is. -2 is down here, so I'm going to multiply both sides by -2. And X is equal to 5 times 2 is 10. A positive times a negative is a negative. There's the other integer. The quotient of 2 integers is 9. So the division of 2 numbers, 2 integers, is 9. One of the integers is -8. Again, I'm putting this in the denominator simply because 8 is smaller than 9. If 8 had been bigger than 9, I could have put it up here. But because it's smaller, I'm putting it down here. No brainer for me, not even close. And I need to find out what that other integer is. So I'm going to multiply both sides by -8. These are gone. X is equal to 9 times 8 is 72. Positive times a negative is a negative. All right, Michelle's bank account is overdrawn. After making a deposit of $260, she finds, oh, she made a deposit of $260. She finds that her account is still overdrawn by an amount of $70. What is her balance before she made her deposit? Okay. So she had an amount. She had an amount in her account that she added $260. It's going to be a negative because they told us she was overdrawn. And then after making her deposit, she still has an overdrawn amount, which means she owes the bank $70, which means it's going to be a negative 70 in her account. So we need to find out how much she had in her account prior to this. So I'm just going to subtract 260 from both sides. The signs are the same, so we add them up and keep the sign. So Michelle had a negative $330 balance. Okay. Next one. Brittany's bank account is overdrawn. So again, negative number. After making a deposit of 360, which means it's positive. So she deposited that into it. We don't know what the original amount was. She finds her account is still overdrawn by the amount of 90. So it's going to be a negative 90 still in her account. What was her balance before she made her deposit? So we're going to subtract 360 from both sides. Signs are the same, so we add. Keep the common sign. Who's this? Brittany. Brittany had negative $450 balance. Or in her account. Make sure you provide the dollar sign, sentence, the negative sign. Okay, 13 more than. That means 13 is going to be on this side with a plus in front of it. And what we're going to have after that goes in front of that. 13 more than 15 times the number P. Down here. 15 times P. 13 more than. More is the plus. Than means everything else goes in front. 15 times P. So I'm just going to clean this up. It's 15P plus 13. For less than. The negative goes in front, and then the next part goes in front of that. Okay. 11 times the number X. So that's 11, just like this, times X. I'm going to put 11X. All right, the speed U decreased by 10. The speed W increased by 32. 6 times the sum of the number N and 3. Okay, so it's 6 times. I'm going to put a parenthesis here because they're saying blah, 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 a bunch of stuff. 6 times. Sum means added. 6 times the sum of, and now they're going to tell us the addition of what? Because remember, sum is addition. The addition of what? The addition of the number N and 3. So N plus 3. There's the setup. You can leave it just like that, or you can distribute it if you want to. It's totally your call. I'm not sure how the answer key works. This could be an answer, or they could distribute it to where it's 6N plus 6 times 3, which is 18. It could be either one of these for the answers, and I would have accepted both if I'm just asking you to do something like that, but I wouldn't do that. You've already seen what my exams looks like. This is just to help you get a good handle on how the word problems are made up, because you could have anything like this. The demand B quadrupled. So B quadrupled means times 4. Times 4, which is 4B. All right, the speed Y decreased by 33. Oh, a little crazy there. 10 times the width N. 10 times N is 10N. 9 times, I was saying sum again. So what are we adding? Z and 2. Again, you could leave it like that, or they could want you to distribute it, which would be 9Z plus 9 times 2 is 18. Either one of those would be acceptable. Suppose N represents a number. Okay. N. What is the next number? Well, if 1 is my number, my next number is 2. How do I get from 1 to 2? I add 1. Suppose 2N represents a number. How do I get to the next number? Add 1. Suppose 2N plus 1 represents an odd whole number. Now remember, if this is an odd number, it's the number, we'll just assume it's 1. What is the next? How could we represent the next odd number after this? And remember, for odd and even integers or whole numbers, we have to add 2. So this is 2N plus 3 to get to the next one. The length L of a rectangle is 2 feet longer than 6 times its width. Okay, so we'll say this is the length. Is 2 feet longer than, so than plus 2, 6 times the width. 6 times W is 6W. Find the perimeter. Okay. So if this is length, and this would be length, so that'd be 6W plus 2. This is W, and this is W, because these are the widths. Lengths and widths. So this side and this side are the same. This side and this side have to be the same. And then they asked us to find the perimeter. So I'm going to have to add up all the sides. 6W plus 2, that takes care of that one, plus W, plus 6W plus 2, plus W. 6, 7, okay, we've got this one, this one, this one, and this one. 6, 1, 6, 1. So we just need to add these all up. 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 plus 6 is 13, 13 plus 1 is 14, W. And then we've got 2 plus 2 is 4. Perimeter equals, sorry. There we go. 3 sides of a triangle, all right, are consecutive odd integers, which means we have one that's x, one that's x plus 2, and then one that's x plus 4. If the perimeter of the triangle is 39 inches, find the lengths of the sides of the triangle. So x plus x plus 2 plus x plus 4 is equal to the perimeter, which is 39. And just solve for x. We've got 1, 2, 3 x's. 2 plus 4 is 6. Solving for x, subtract 6 from both sides. 33. Divide both sides by 3. And x equals 11. Okay, so the sides are 11. What are we doing here? What's the units? Inches. And then that's x. X plus 2 is 11 plus 2, which is 13. And then x plus 4 is 11 plus 4, which is 15. 11 inches, 13 inches, and 15 inches. A lot of work. This is a lot. All right, this is too early in the morning for this. The width and length of a rectangle are consecutive integers, which means they're going to be x and x plus 1. I didn't say odd or even, so it's just X and then X plus 1. And we're doing a rectangle. Yeah. So the width and length of a rectangle are X and X. So we'll say the width is X and X plus 1 is the length. If the perimeter of the rectangle is 142 inches, perimeter is 142 inches. Find the width and the length. Okay, so we need to add up all the sides again. This side is X, then this side is X. This side is X plus 1, then this side is X plus 1. And then we just add them all up. So 142 is the perimeter, is equal to X plus X plus 1 plus X plus X plus 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 X's. And then 1 plus 1 is 2. Oh gosh, y'all, so sorry. All right, so now we need to solve for X. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. 4X is equal to 140 and divide both sides by 4. Oh, let's see what I can do here. Come up here and do this. 140 divided by 4. 4 goes into 14. 3 times 12, 20, so 5. So the width is 20 inches and the length is, well, it's X plus 1, so 20 plus 1, 21 inches. Now, keep in mind, they might have them flipped on the notes, and that's okay on the answers. If you would have given me one or the other way, it's completely fine. I understand completely. All right. A large children's organization purchased tickets to the circus. The organization has a strict rule that every 8 children must be accompanied by 1 adult guardian. Okay, now I need to do something. I need to have my type, quantity, and value. I have my total. All right, and they're telling me we're gonna have children tickets and adult. And they just told me that for every adult, they're gonna have 8 children. 8 children, 8 children for every adult. Okay. Hence, the organization orders 8 times as many children tickets as they do adults. So 8 times adults. They literally told us that. Child tickets are $7. Adult tickets are $19. Ouch. If the total cost of tickets is $975, how many adult and child, how many adult tickets were purchased? Well, we're going to find both, because we kind of have to. So to find this, you have to multiply these two plus multiply these two and then set it equal to the total. So 8A times 7 plus A times 19 is 975. Okay. 8 times 7 is 56. Don't forget your A. 19A is equal to 975. I'm going to add the two A's. 1575A is equal to 975. Now we're going to divide both sides by 75. And the number of adult tickets are trying to have fun here, y'all. 13. So what was the question? How many adult tickets were purchased? 13 adult tickets were purchased. Okay, let's go ahead and find out how many child tickets were purchased. 8 times that. So 8A, so that's 8 times 13 is 104 child tickets were purchased. Okay, now we're going to the circus. Child's organization purchases tickets. Organization has a strict rule that every 2 children must be accompanied by an adult. Okay, strict. That's crazy. What I mean, I've had 3 children myself. So we've got type, amount or quantity, and then value. All right, so they're telling us that 2 for every adult. So we've got adult, child, and we're gonna have a total. So for every adult, we can only have 2 children for every 2 children for every adult. All right. Hence, the organization orders 2 times as many child tickets as it does adults, 2 times the adults. Child tickets are $6 and adults are $16. If the total cost is $532, how many adult tickets were purchased? Again, we'll do both. You multiply these 2 plus multiply these 2 and set it equal to 532. 2A times 6 plus A times 16 is equal to 532. 2 times 6 is 12A plus 16A is equal to 532. Add the 2 numbers, 6, 7, 8. 28A is equal to 532. And then divide both sides by 28 to find out how many adult tickets were sold. Oh, did I add that up right earlier? 12 plus 16. Yeah, 532 divided by 28. Oh, there it goes, 19. That makes sense. So 19 adult tickets were sold. How about children's? Twice as many, 2 times that. 19 times 2 is 38. 38 child tickets were sold. That's your answers. All right. Mikhail cracks open a piggy bank and finds $3.30. Notice they have the 330 there. This is what I was talking about in class, how they had just multiplied everything by 100 because they wanted, because we haven't covered decimals yet, they're trying to keep you in whole numbers. But I think it was more confusing whenever I said this, especially since you understand what money looks like. So let's just go with the $3.30, all in nickels and dimes. So I need to have my chart again. We've got type, quantity, value. And we're doing nickels and dimes again. Nickels and dimes. Nickels, dimes. And we'll have a total. All right. And we already know the values. Let's put these in. Nickels are 5 cents. Dimes are 10 cents. Can do that. All right. $3.30 is the total that Mikhail has. There are 15 more dimes than nickels. So Mikhail has nickels, but they have 15 more. 15 more means we're going to add 15. So nickels plus 15. 15 more dimes than nickels. Yes. All right. How many nickels does Mickey have? All right. We have to do the same thing. Multiply these 2 together. Multiply these 2 together, add them together, and set them equal to 330. So n times 0.05 plus, n plus 15 times 0.10 is equal to 330. So this is 0.05 n This we have to distribute. 10 cents times N is 10.10 N plus 0.10 times 15 is 150 or 1.5, and that's equal to 330. All right, so now we need to add our N's, and that gives us 0.15 N plus 1.5 is equal to 330. And now I'm going to subtract the 1.5 from both sides to solve for N. And then divide both sides by 0.15. Well, so there are 12 nickels. There are 12 nickels. Let's do dimes. Did they ask you about that? Oh, let's just ask about nickels. No, I want to know how many dimes too. That's what we're going to do on the test. Dimes are N plus 15, and N is 12. So 12 plus 15 is 27. And there are, I just said, 27 dimes. All right. Robert inherits. Oh, no, I got one more of these. So Daniel cracks open piggy bank and finds $4.90, all in nickels and dimes. I hope the chart helps y'all. It helps me. I'm not lying. It really does. I couldn't keep all this stuff in my head. So we've got type, quantity, and value. We're doing nickels and dimes again. Okay, we've got a total. Daniel cracks open piggy bank and finds $4.90. All right, all in nickels and dimes. Nickel value is 5 cents. Dimes value is 10 cents. All right. There are 13 more dimes than nickels. So we've got nickels. The dimes are nickels plus 13. 13 more dimes than nickels. So now we're going to do the same thing. Multiply plus multiply equals 490. All right. So 0.05 times N plus 0.10 times N plus 13 is equal to $4.90. All right, multiply. We have to distribute. And 0.10 times 13 equals 490. Combine like terms on the left. 0.05 plus 0.10 is 0.15 N plus 1.3 is equal to 490. Subtract 1.3 from both sides. We get 6 and 3. So we get, oh, I don't need the dollar sign, sorry. 360, and then divide both sides by 0.15. There are 24 nickels. There are 24 nickels. And how many dimes? Oh, bear with me just a moment. Okay, so if N is 24, the dimes are N plus 13, which is 24 is N. So 24 plus 13 is 37. So, and 37 dimes. Okay. The next one is Robert inherits $20,300 and invests in 2 different types of accounts. So we've got type, quantity, and I think that's all we need for that. Maybe a total. Let's see what we need. So what are the 2 different accounts? He's got a total here of $20,300. 2 different accounts, a savings and a CD. Savings, CD. He decides to invest $7,300 more in the CD than in the savings. So he has his savings, and then his CD has whatever's in the savings plus $7,300 more, right? Find the amount in the savings. So we'll find the amount in both. And all we have to do here is add up these 2 and set it equal to 20,300, because the amount in the savings plus the amount in the CD is equal to the total. Okay, so savings plus CD is equal to the total. So savings plus the CD amount is equal to the total amount. And then we just have to combine like terms, bringing everything else down. Subtracting 7,300 to move it to the other side. We're solving for S, for savings amount. And this is 0.0073. So 13,000. Divide both sides by 2. S is equal to 6,500. So there is $6,500 in savings. And how much in the CD? The savings plus 7,300. Savings plus 7,300 is the CD, right? So savings is 6,500 plus the 7,300 is 13,800, $13,800. And if you add these 2 numbers together, you should get 20,300. I'm going to try that just to make sure. Just because I'm doing everything by hand. 8, 9, 10, 11, 21, 1. Oh, something's wrong. Oh, I shouldn't have. Savings is 60. Oh, Lord, y'all. I'm so sorry. So 13,800 plus the 6,500. There we go. That feels better. 15, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20,300. Woohoo! It equaled. That means this is correct. We're good to go. One more, y'all. Lord have mercy. All right. So Brianna inherits 24,300 and decides to invest in 2 different types of accounts. Same thing. So we have the type and the quantity. And then it looks like she's going to have her 2 different. Oh, she has 24,300. That's the total. Deal with it as we have it. And then the 2 different accounts are saving and CD again. And she decides to invest $8,500 more in the CD. So she has a savings amount, but it's the savings plus $8,500 in the CD because there's more in the CD. So now we just do the same thing. The savings plus the CD is equal to the total. The savings is S. The CD is plus S plus 8,500 is equal to the 24,300. The amount of money she has in her savings plus the amount of money she has in her CD is equal to the total. And that's what we did here. Combine like terms. Subtract 8,500 from both sides. Now subtract 0.058. So borrow 5, 1, and then divide both sides by 2. So the amount in her savings is, oh gosh, I need to do this. 2 into 58 is 7,900. So there is $7,900 in savings, and how much in CD? CD is savings plus 8,500. And the savings is 7,900 plus the 8,500 is 16,400 in the CD. Well, let's just make sure that that's right. 16,400 in the CD plus the 7,900 in the savings. I just want to check my work. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, 14, 24, 3. Woot, woot. It worked. We're good. So that is the answer for that one. Y'all have a great day. Have a great weekend. And I will see you on exam day.